Imagine making it to the NBA and living your biggest dreams, but then suddenly, your worst nightmare becomes a reality. Beyond the basketball courts, the lives of NBA stars are often entangled in a web of scandalous affairs. So sit back and grab your popcorn, because in this video, we're going to dive into the chaotic world of cheating teammates. Let's start with one of the biggest names in NBA history, Shaquille O'Neal. Known for his basketball prowess while also making a career of being an actor and media personality, Shaq is no stranger to controversy. After retiring from professional basketball in 2011, Big Diesel has been linked with multiple extramarital relationships while he was still married to his now ex-wife, Shawnee. However, one of his most recent flings happened to be Laura Govan, who was previously engaged to his teammate, Gilbert Arenas. They were engaged, and she also had kids with the famous NBA star. Laura didn't only dismiss the rumors as fake, but she also denied ever having a sexual relationship with Shaq, citing his gigantic feet. Eventually, she and Gilbert Arenas managed to mend their relationship, but still, things turned tumultuous in 2014 when the couple called off their 12-year relationship, followed by legal wrangling over child support and financial disputes. While precise details of their scandal remain in the dark, various social media posts hinted at some very intimate encounters. The drama extended both on and off the court, as many leaked emails between Shaquille and Laura surfaced online, revealing details about their secret relationship. Following this turn of events, the entire saga sent shockwaves, eventually shaking the foundation of both relationships. In 2016, Laura filed a lawsuit against Arenas, claiming he had transmitted an STD to her. Not only did the former NBA guard dispute these claims, but he also countersued her for defamation. As the toxicity between them escalated, she was required to pay over $100,000 after being found guilty. However, these events added more tread to the tangled web of relationships and controversy. In an episode of Gil's Arena, the former Washington Wizard guard's podcast, he shared the intriguing twist of how this cheating scandal transformed into one of the most unsettling stories involving a free throw interruption. It is safe to say that the fallout from this scandal had far-reaching consequences for everyone involved. But as this story unfolds, there's another NBA star who dunked on his teammate by cheating with his wife. Jeff McInnis, a former NBA star who hailed from the University of North Carolina, became a standout player after winning the Player of the Year award and securing the title of NBA Rookie of the Year. In 1996, during McInnis' days as a point guard, rumors spread like wildfire that he was entangled in an alleged affair with the wife of his assistant coach, Phil Ford. And even though McInnis denied these rumors, they continued to spread till they eventually caused a rift between him and Ford. In the midst of it all, McInnis admitted to possibly giving an innocent hug to Ford's wife, but nothing more. Interestingly, both McInnis and Ford eventually found their way to the NBA in the years following the rumored incident. It's a mysterious episode with no one willing to confirm any further details, which in this case might be for the best. However, there's still an intriguing NBA mystery surrounding McInnis. And even though this incident sounds crazy, what about the insane scandal between Paul George and Roy Hibbert's wife? The story leading up to this unfortunate event can be traced back to 2010. Roy Hibbert was a basketball wizard at the time, showcasing some of basketball's most coveted skills, while the Indiana Pacers reigned supreme as a formidable NBA squad. Alongside his teammate, Paul George, these two stars formed a formidable force on the court. However, things got bizarre. During the 2014 playoffs, the Pacers' performance took a nosedive after Roy Hibbert lost his charm following the release of a widespread rumor. This intriguing saga unfolded when suspicion arose about his wife, Valerie Cook, and the team star player, Paul George. Paul George is no stranger to scandals, having been linked to an insane scandal involving a Miami stripper while dating the daughter of the Los Angeles Clippers coach Doc Rivers. Unfortunately, it turned out there were some not-so-innocent conversations going on social media between Paul and Hibbert's wife, primarily on Instagram. IG became the stage for this scandal, and a gossip column called Baller Alert somehow obtained an anonymous email revealing the truth. According to this email, Roy Hibbert found out about his wife cheating, and she confessed. It's no surprise that Roy made a downturn on the court before he stepped away from the game due to his declining performance. Following this saga, Paul George continued to thrive in the NBA, collecting a hefty paycheck with the Clippers. This gives the whole story an even more dramatic twist, and it can be seen in a similar story involving the former Lakers player Shannon Brown. While coming off the bench, Shannon Brown has since claimed 2 championships before the end of his career. Additionally, he made an extensive career outside of the NBA with his teammate Pau Gasol, who appeared poised for stardom until a series of unfortunate events that made him vanish from the limelight. But there might be a surprising explanation for Gasol's decline, a personal entanglement involving his wife. It turned out that Brown was involved in a scandalous act with his wife, Sylvia Lopez, and Kobe Bryant's wife was allegedly part of the plan. During that time, tensions between Pau Gasol and Kobe Bryant were rumored to be high, with Gasol holding Kobe partially responsible for his breakup with his former girlfriend. The 2011 Western Conference semifinals witnessed a dominating performance by the Dallas Mavericks against the Los Angeles Lakers, leading to questions about the reigning NBA champions' downfall. Among the underwhelming Lakers, Pau Gasol stood out with an average of just 13.1 points per game in the series. This prompted coach Phil Jackson to scold him on the sidelines. Brown, who was married to R&B singer Monica, allegedly had an affair with Castro during the season, and Gasol discovered just before the playoffs began. The initial rumors seemed to have originated from a gossip website claiming that Shannon Brown had an affair with Gasol's wife, creating a locker room rift and contributing to Gasol's underwhelming postseason performance. Overall, the Lakers endured a devastating sweep by the Mavericks that season. But the drama doesn't end there, because another NBA star cheated on his coach's wife. Andrew Bynum is one of the NBA's most unforgettable players. Now, this case might not involve a teammate's spouse, but it's pretty close when you're dealing with a coach's wife. Considering his prowess on the court, it's not entirely surprising that this lingering allegation has shadowed his career. The gifted big man achieved all-star status and won 2 NBA championships as part of Kobe Bryant's Lakers teams. However, his career is mostly regarded as a disappointment due to weight and knee issues, ultimately leading to his exit from the league. Despite his achievements, his overall career has been blacklisted by the off-court issues that eclipsed his on-court success. And this particular incident involved the unfortunate scandal between him and the wife of former Cavaliers assistant coach Jamal Mosley. Shortly after, he faced a suspension from his team a few years back due to conduct detrimental to his team. However, he was later placed on paid leave amid reports of an alleged involvement with the wife of Jamal Mosley, a coaching staff member. During that season, Bynum had started in 19 games and played in 24, but ever since then, he was out of the league without any indications of his return. Whether it was solely due to his performance or if there was something more to the mix, the whole situation remains a bit of a mystery. But if there is any truth to this, it will most likely be the scandal. But here's another situation where a scandal could have forever remained a secret. However, the rumor mill went into overdrive. Jim Jackson and Jason Kidd. Back in the early 90s, the Dallas Mavericks were a bottom team in the NBA. They were always at the bottom of the league's rankings for several consecutive years. These dismal seasons resulted in multiple high draft picks, and with those picks, the Mavs assembled a promising young core, affectionately known as the Triple J Ranch. This trio included emerging talents such as Jim Jackson and Jamal Mashburn, alongside the exceptionally skilled young point guard Jason Kidd. And despite the potential, this trio panned out differently than expected. Jackson would eventually establish himself as a lone player, Mashburn would earn all-star recognition, and Kidd would go on to become one of the greatest point guards in NBA history. But still, these three stars could not find synergy in Dallas. And what exactly was the reason for this? Well, it all came down to conflicts, and it was only a matter of time before a pop superstar named Toni Braxton came into the story. There were various claims that Jackson and Jason were both dating her at the same time. However, Jackson has denied the whole rumor to this day. But the effect of the rumor is still there after both parties cut off their friendship. And even to this day, no one has really been able to figure out the full story behind the scandal. Here's another player who got exposed after being caught by his teammate. NBA stars Karl Malone and Kobe Bryant had been in an unending feud for over a decade, supposedly revolving around Bryant's wife, Vanessa. In 2004, Bryant accused Malone of making advances towards his wife, which stirred up controversy. In an ESPN report from that time, Karl Malone's agent, Dwight Manley, reported that Vanessa once inquired of Malone, "Hey, cowboy, what are you hunting?" because he was wearing a cowboy hat and boots. So Malone responded, "I'm hunting for little Mexican girls." During his brief stint with the Los Angeles Lakers in the 03-04 season, there's little evidence suggesting that Karl Malone's interactions with Kobe Bryant's wife went beyond playful banter. For his part, Kobe didn't hold back in expressing his displeasure over the comments made by a teammate who had once been a close friend. Despite the rift, the Lakers reached the NBA Finals, but their relationship was forever altered. And then last but not least, Derek Fisher. This is one of the most shocking cheating scandals in the NBA world. The Los Angeles Lakers have often been associated with controversial issues involving teammates, and Matt Barnes became one of the biggest victims of this narrative. After Barnes transitioned to the forward role for the Memphis Grizzlies, Fisher decided to retire and become head coach for the New York Knicks. During this period, Barnes discovered that his ex-wife, Gloria Govin, of the Basketball Wives of LA, was actually dating Fisher. This revelation annoyed Barnes to the point that he embarked on a 100-mile journey from Santa Barbara to Los Angeles, where he confronted Fisher in a backyard brawl in front of their friends and family. As reported by the New York Post, the situation was incredibly intense, and Barnes seemed to have lost his composure entirely, engaging Fisher in a heated altercation that felt deeply personal to everyone involved. But while most infidelities are often kept in the shadows, others are made public, eventually destroying the careers and families of the NBA victims involved. And so the unending scandals of NBA stars keeps going on and on and on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.